The pressure that was put on us to confess to a crime of hiding your own daughter's body and to say that you were going to pursue us for murder. And it's not unique to Portugal. This happens with police the world over. It's happened to many different people. It's happened to other parents in similar situations to us.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear thoughts build up until I can't feel. My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime. The family of Madeleine McCann have said their determination to leave no stone unturned is unwavering on the 18th anniversary of her disappearance. Now, it's not clear though what leaving no stone unturned actually means today. Does it mean meeting the prime suspect in person or attending his trial to ascertain the veracity of the German case against him, in terms of his alleged involvement in Madeleine's disappearance? No, it appears leaving no stone unturned doesn't mean actually confronting the current prime suspect. Does leaving no stone unturned mean trying to ascertain whether a young woman who claims to be Madeleine and who's been reaching out with those claims is Madeleine? Well, it's unclear. It's unclear. Well, that's besides the fact that the McCanns seem to regard Julia Wandell's entreaties as unwelcome.
No, I'm not trying to get attention. Even if I'm not Maddie, I could be another girl maybe, but I believe that I'm Maddie.
Okay, so what does leaving no stone unturned actually mean? Today, what does it mean? Does it mean coming to Portugal, to the Algarve, to Luz, and actually turning over stones? In this analysis, I want to explore the literal idea of leaving no stone unturned. What if we could wave a magic wand and magically turn over all the stones, not just here in Luz, but the entire Algarve, the entire Portugal? What would we find if we did that? And where would we find it? Before we get to that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. If you're finding this analysis worthwhile, please hit the thanks button. And let's get started. As far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, the McCanns have never been to Portugal or have never been in Portugal on any one of the 18 anniversaries since May 3rd, 2007. I've actually been here for 2 anniversaries, the first time 6 years ago in 2019 and the second right now in 2025. And I would say coming here at the chronologically relevant time, the time of year, the time of day or night, is tremendously insightful. I want to share some of those insights with you guys, starting with an experience I had just yesterday, stepping out of my apartment, just after moving in, just after unpacking, with the intention of going to the beach, immediately getting lost, but just heading down small little random corridors and simply following the steep downward slope sort of intuitively. And it worked. If you just headed downhill, you did end up at the beach. I'll explain why the slope of this resort town is so important in due course. All of this reality from being here makes it quite strange, I think, that the McCanns haven't done it. Now they have the Ramseys. When the Ramseys drum up publicity for a Netflix series promoting their innocence, it's from the comfort of their own homes, never at the actual scene. Never, almost never in Boulder. From the BBC, quote, "No matter how near or far she is, Madeleine continues to be right here with us every day, but especially on her special day," the Leicestershire family said in a statement on Saturday. Now, when I was walking by the apartment a few hours ago, I had a sense of the tragedy of the incident, not that it's a special day. Do you really think special day is the appropriate word here? It's not like it's a birthday. If anything, it's possible and even probable that this was the poor little girl's death day. They went on to say, "We continue to celebrate her as the very beautiful and unique person she is," the statement added. "We miss her." Notice the use of the present tense, she is. The McCanns have always been very good storytellers, very eloquent in their interviews. But is it really correct? Is it really accurate to be referring to Madeleine in the present tense? Now, in terms of this literal idea of leaving no stone unturned, what's interesting in Praia da Luz and really all over Portugal are the white limestone cobbles that you find here. They're everywhere. They're called calçada portuguesa, and this traditional Portuguese pavement is especially known for its intricate patterns using both white and black stones. Don't you also get the same sort of thing in Rio? Now, along the promenade in Luz, black stones create a ribbon-like pattern, and I think this mosaic-like technique harkens to another time and place. Essentially, it's an Arabian influence, something I saw a lot of in the Louvre. But the point is this: if you could somehow x-ray underneath all the stones in Portugal, I doubt whether you'd find Madeleine. I don't think she's down a well or inside or beside a reservoir. I don't think she's anywhere on terrestrial Portugal. And you would know why if you spent just a few days here. Do you guys want me to share where I think Madeleine's remains are? Meanwhile, the BBC provided this review of the current contemporary default narrative. Madeleine was 3 years old when she vanished from a holiday apartment complex in Praia da Luz, Portugal, on 3 May 2007, sparking a Europe-wide police investigation that is ongoing. She has never been found. Now, what's quite interesting is that it went Europe-wide, and then the dogs came all the way back to the starting point, apartment 5A. Now, I'm not sure if it's fair to say Madeleine vanished, because some witnesses on the night of the incident, and that's witnesses plural, claimed they saw a man carrying a blonde child that appeared to be the same age as Madeleine, and he seemed to be heading downhill towards the ocean, away from the Ocean Club. That's on the west side. The night that Madeleine disappeared, her parents had been at dinner with a group of friends at a restaurant, a short walk away, while Madeleine and her younger twin siblings were asleep in the apartment. Short walk away is, I think, subjective. Being on the scene, again, that short walk, I'm not sure if that is accurate. It certainly was long enough to require 30-minute checks, not like a 1-minute check, and certainly far enough away for crying children to be out of earshot. By implication, it was also far enough for a would-be abductor to feel there was enough space, enough minimum safe distance to break in and break out again without being seen or intercepted. In a real sense, the alibi the McCanns have for where they were when the abduction took place is the tapas restaurant, and both parents can vouch for each other, as well as their friends, the tapas 7, can vouch for their movements. Yet when the cops asked the group to return to Luz to do a full reenactment, this didn't happen. And this seemed to be necessary because the Ocean Club staff seemed to remember, certainly some of them, seemed to remember things a little differently. We also don't know for a fact that Madeleine was asleep. In fact, it's central to the lead detective's theory that she wasn't. The night that Madeleine disappeared, her parents had been at dinner with a group of friends at a restaurant. Strictly speaking, this isn't 100% accurate either. While both parents went to dinner, first one, then the other, got up from the table and left the restaurant for a period of time. So while it's true that they went to the restaurant, they also left the restaurant. And so technically one could argue, at a certain point, did anyone know where one of these parents were? Did anyone witness them? And you might say yes, but then what about a little bit after that? Her parents checked in on the children throughout the evening until her mother, Kate, discovered Madeleine was missing around 10 o'clock that night. Well, that's also not strictly speaking true. The evening was just 1 hour. It wasn't like they checked on them in the evening. They checked during the course of just 1 hour. And both parents actually didn't do a check on schedule. You know, there was the check in the middle. They actually allowed Matthew Oldfield to do it for them. According to the BBC, in the years since, authorities in Portugal and the UK have sought to understand where she went and who may have taken her. The years appear to be passing even more quickly, the McCann family said, ahead of Madeleine's 22nd birthday on the 12th of May. They added that they had no significant news to share, but will do our utmost to leave no stone unturned. just not go to Portugal and do a reenactment, it seems. Probably, even if they wanted to, I'm not sure if the locals would welcome them with open arms. Certainly here, there is absolutely no sign, certainly not that I could see, that the folks remember what happened, and no sign they want to remember, not even at the church near the beach. Why do you think that is? Why is Madeleine celebrated at home, but no longer where she disappeared?
What's your strongest memories of Madeleine from that day?
I think the strongest memory I have is of really the photograph. It's the last photograph we have of her, and we'd had a lovely holiday.
Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.